5 times. If you're going to respond to everything, like I wanted you to approach the issue that came out online about QT being a mall. When you open the first space, because since that thing came about, you haven't spoken in any space, I presume. You first clear your friend, because you've hosted spaces. You've done so many hours. You've done 24 hours. I've co-hosted with QT, and I backtracked when I was losing my mental sanity because of this overwhelming thing. And I know you can trip, but still, you need to be respectful. There are people that if they engage you, you need to take a pause before you respond. Not for the sake of responding, but for the sake of your eligibility and for the sake of yourself and your mission. So whatever we are doing right now, it's a fight that is very strong. And you don't know you're fighting whom. Today I can be your team, tomorrow I'm not. Based on whoever is surrounding me. So the action is good, the motive is good, we're objective, but we don't want to be diluted. So dilution, let's avoid it at all costs. Always try to be respectful, even if somebody is coming very insulting. Just for your own sanity and for your own self, because right now you're flying a flag that is beyond you. It's not about Morara anymore. If you realize that, you take it a pause and have a meeting with yourself.
I guess we are losing the real. I don't know if you can hear her clearly.
If you can hear me, give me 100. I'm still speaking. If you can hear me, give me 100. Then QT, I think you have to drop and come back. So if it's a very tiresome journey. Sorry, QT, I think you drop and come back. Morara will add you again. If you watch where we've come from and where we're heading, we're getting closer to the direction, but still far from it. It's always called too close to call. So as we're teaching and learning from each other, empowering and educating each other, we learn every day and we borrow a leaf. And before you respond, take a pause. I responded to that comment very respectfully, and I would urge you to try and reread any point that you respond to, especially from where you stand right now. I yield my mic. I'm wishing everyone the best in everything. The online thing can be very trolling and very exhausting. So the moment you take a breather, the way sometimes you take a breather, and sometimes when you come out and blow it all on us, it's also allowed. But all of it has to happen in a very respectful way because of who you now carry. You're not the normal Morara that you used. You're carrying a very heavy flag. I wish us the best. Let's not tire. Let's still forge ahead. The vision is still with us, and we are going to attain it, however exhausting. It never comes easy. It comes after hard work. And here we are, toiling and trailing. Let's keep each other. Let's hold our feet together, and let's always pray with each other. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much for being real. And let me also say from the onset that if I've done anything that disappoints you, I'm sorry and I apologize. I'm still growing and also discovering myself. That's not an excuse, but that is also to say that sometimes I can get provoked and probably I can say something that is displeasing, but I apologize for that. So now, you asked me what my motivation is and what drives me, and all I can tell you is that I like to see Kenya to be free. I like a country where the economy is growing and there's enterprise and people are making their own money. I like to see a Kenya where there's good healthcare, good education. And I know these are things that politicians say all the time, but personally, I really want to see that. More especially, I'm not very interested political leader. That is something that has just come. Nikitu imenikujia ikanipata. It is not something I was planning or strategizing for. Nikitu imenipata along the way, nikapata, suddenly I'm in this space. But actually, my bigger passion is to be a business person. So I really want to see a good economy where I can make my money and do my own things and do my own investments. That is what I want from Kenya. I want a good education. I want good healthcare, protection of local markets. I like an end to corruption so that there is money available for development. I would like to see a Kenya where leaders are accountable, where leaders actually fear the people and they don't, lord over the people. They are not the people's landlords. They actually know that they are serving people. So that is the kind of Kenya that I want, and I want to see it during my lifetime. I don't want to do it for my children. I want to do it for myself. I want to see it when I'm alive. And that's now from a personal point of view, what I want, I as Morara Kebaso. But I believe there is something that everybody else wants, and that is why we are having this conversation today, because as you can see from the topic, it says 2027 is far. Let us talk. It is too far because we are already going through too much, and we are impatient with this kind of mediocrity. We are impatient with the kind of life we are living, and we don't think that if we keep living this life to Tafika 2027, so something needs to happen, and that is why we are here to reason together and have everybody say what's going on their mind and what do they think should be done or hasn't been done, and so on and so forth. Mr. Tony Wakaromo, take it away.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Morara? I'm having some connection issues. If you can hear me, can you give me a hand? Oh, thank you. So I just want to ask everybody on this space a question. Everybody who is a Kenyan, guys, what are we waiting for? What triggers are we waiting for? What signs are we waiting for? If we give this government time, so far chenye imefanya, it's destruction after destruction after destruction. Hakuna justification, hakuna anything else we are waiting for. We should be thronging the streets like today. All those jobs, employments, companies you guys think you have, you think you are protecting, there'll be no more if things continue like this. Why are we giving anybody time in this country? Ni nini hapa tunaongea English mingi? Because what I want right now, myself, I'm talking about myself, what I want sahi is being surpassed by my future. Because there is no future to go into. Sijui ni nini English mingi tunaongea sana, tunaongea. Why can't we down all our tools just for 1 week? And we throng those streets. If they kill us, they kill us. Because right now, everybody in Kenya, ages zote, millennials, wale wazee, everybody, farmers, they are angry. Ni nini tunafanya? Tukiongea, ni nini sasa tunaongea sahi hapa? Why are we giving anybody time? If you give this guy time, he comes up with something else. Baka ile siku yenye tutaamua ati we are doing something, atakuwa several steps ahead. Everybody should think, tujiulize, what are we doing? Ni nini tunangoja? What are we doing right now? Thank you.
Sonka, are you here? Alright, he's not here. Ayo, the 6th, it's your moment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. I don't know if my network is stable or not. 100%, yes. Thank you very much. Kiutia kwa hapa natupigia mia na kitu amenyamaza. Anyway, here's the thing, yeah. First of all, good evening, Morara. How are you? I hope you're well.
Very well, Ayo. I am fine, and I'm grateful to God that I'm fine.
I'm grateful that we are all well and alive, and we saw this day. It's a privilege. I have a few things to mention, and number one, I want to reiterate on what the other lady said, that Morara, and this is my message to you. I tweeted you the other day. I don't know if you saw the tweet. Probably you've been so much held up, and I completely understand. And my plea to you was you need to, right now, from where you sit or where you stand, I believe these movement is no longer about a single person. You represent a lot of voices, and it's a very, very huge responsibility bestowed upon your shoulders. And I know sometimes it might be so heavy. I know maybe you might not have been ready for this moment, and it just came, and you have to take it with all the responsibility it deserves. And sorry, I'm going to be a bit harsh at this moment, but the truth might be so much harsh and unbearable at times. But it is what it is. It's the truth. If I understand quite well, right now, Morara, you speak for so many voices. A lot of people look up to you. People have given up in the leadership that is currently leading the country. And people are looking at a different voice, a voice that can speak clarity, a voice that can speak for them, and a voice that understands them. Because whoever is in government right now conned people that anaongelelea na nawajali only to realize that they voted in a con man. So people are looking at a different voice. Nobody believes in the opposition. Nobody believes in the ruling government. People are looking at Morara. You know why people are looking at Morara? Because Morara came out as a person of integrity. Morara came out as a voice of the people. Morara came out as someone who speaks for the millions of Kenyans who are voiceless. And so what does that mean? That means anything you say, most of us are looking at this is the direction we want to face. So if you tell us, guys, we are going left, all of us are going left with you. But if you leave us in a limbo, we don't know what to think. The current government is taking advantage of that. They are seeing that, oh, tumewamaliza mahali. That's the same thing that happened with maandamano. Walitumaliza kwa maandamano wakasema tumewaweka chini. And what I've learned from the few leadership seminars I've gone in, I've stepped into, is a good leader takes responsibility, rejects passivity, and leads courageously. So if you came out to be that leader that we want to look up to, you have to stand up tall with your head high regardless of the challenges. Right now, nobody thinks that there are challenges or yes, there are those challenges. You're supposed to stand tall and tell us, ladies and gentlemen, as much as there are challenges, I'm going to speak up for you guys. So I was a bit disappointed when my brother KOT was being thrashed with bloggers online, wakisema KOT ni mall and all that. I expected you not to subtweet, but to stand tall and say, ladies and gentlemen, KOT is not a mall. KOT is my brother, and you are working together. And hadi nilikuja nikaambia wase, hata kama KOT ni mall, so what? He is who he is. Yeye mtu wetu. Tumestruggle na yeye kwa maandamano, tumepigwa na yeye tear gas, tumekunywa na yeye tear gas, and we have to protect him. So anybody who did not come out for maandamano just because they are a blogger coming out and saying, oh, the Mabonga 254 is the mall. I was so disappointed. The best thing you could have done as our leader, let me now brand you that our leader, because right now, whose voice is mostly heard? You. Forget about Akina Samuel. Tumewa cancel. We are looking at Morara. Morara Kenya mesema ndio tuna support. So you are supposed to come up and say, do a tweet or even do a press conference or whatever it is. You do even record yourself with your phone and post on your Twitter with all your followers and say that, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I hear this issue going online. They're saying that KOT is a mall. Mabonga is not a mall. Marvin Mabonga is on our side. He's speaking for the people, because I know KOT personally. We've hosted spaces. We've civic educated people. We've talked to people, and we've built that reputation not to lie on the side of the government that has been killing our brothers and sisters. That is number one. Number two, Morara, is right now people are getting tired. And I'll tell you this, I've been hearing people speak left, right, and center. Wasema, Morara ametuchosha sasa. Hata anaanza lose relevancy. I don't want to hear that, brother. I want you to be the leader that God chose you to be. You can't say that you're not ready for this. When Moses was chosen, when he was a stammerer, nobody cared whether he was a stammerer. Alipewa hiyo position akasema ataifanya, and he did what he had to do. So you also, I'm putting this heavy load on you. You are the leader. Be the leader that you're supposed to be. Do not show any disparity. Do not show that you're weak anywhere. Do not even kama unaumia, tupigie simu tuongee when it's weaker. Don't show the people that you're weak. Don't show your enemy your weak points. Once you show the enemy your weak points, that is hapo ndio penye watatumia kukumaliza. So from where you sit, I know it is tough, I know it is difficult, but whatever it is, take it up. The mantle is on you. We are looking at you. Najua hata watu wengine wanasema huyu Morara hata ana pesa hawezi kuwa president. We don't give a damn. We don't. Stay strong, be strong, and we will follow you. Give us a reason to follow you. Give us a reason to hata tutachanga pesa ukwe kwa ballot, tutaona venye utakaa kwa hiyo ballot. So what you need to do is be who you be. I know it might be so much, kuna joto jingi sana, but bro, God has already given you this mantle. You can't start complaining. This is not the time to start complaining. This is the time you pick up that mantle and go with it. Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the circumstances that are befalling you and the whatever is dragging you behind, chukua your mantle and anayo. We will rally behind you, tutakusupport. Eri uende waibe kura, but tunajua tulifika mwisho. Unaget? Eri uende ufike huko mwisho, hata kama watafanya kitu watafanya nini kutuma mavijana wanakuumiza. We will lazima kuwe na challenges. We are struggling among watu wenye waliiba Kenya kitambo. This is old money. Akina Ruto ni watu wali nini pesa. This is old money we are competing with. Sisi tulizaliwa juzi, hatuna do. Hatuna hiyo pesa. Sasa wako na do billions. Wanaweza fanya Kenya, hata wanaweza buy IBC yote, but you don't care. We just want to see that the person that alichukua hii mantle alifika to the very end. And I'll tell you for a fact, people are already saying you are a project of who and who and who. Don't give them a reason to think that way. Stay true to your course. Do what you got to do. You already now have an office. You had a car. You have whatever. Do what you have to do. And let's keep the course going. Don't even say that we are resting. There's no time to rest. He's not resting. That old man over there at State House, he's not resting. Tumpatie sleepless nights. Hadi by the time we are taking this thing, atajua yenyewe vijana walifanya kazi. 2027 si mbali. It's a few weeks away. 2027 sio mbali. Tuko 2024 size, we are closing it up. We are wrapping up 2024. We're getting into 2025, 2026. 2 years to elections, guys. 24 months. It is not far. Tafadhali, na waomba. And if we have to support you, give us a reason to support you, Morara. Tafadhali. Sorry I've hogged the mic for too long, but I just feel like I needed to empty this from my heart. It comes from a very loving point of view, from a very caring point of view, from a very concerned point of view, not from criticizing. I'm saying this because I care about the movement. And tumetoka mbali na hii movement na tunaenda far. Let's not give them a reason to kutumaliza completely. Let not Rex, Masai, and everyone that died during the Reject Finance Bill movement, maisha zao ziende hivyo. You came up. KOT, I could have come up, but I was like, no. Now God gave you that mantle. Don't waste it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Those are words of wisdom coming from a brother in love, and spoken with a lot of love and care, and I appreciate them, and I accept where we've gone wrong. As regards KOT Sonko being a mole or not being a mole, it's simple, and I've said it when I began, and I'll say it again. KOT Sonko is not the mole I was talking about. And the reason he was not there when bombers happened is because he himself was being pursued by DCI and had to run to Mombasa. And he was even called and threatened. The reason probably that I didn't speak too early when he was being trolled online is because I myself, I was not online. At that time, I was going through a lot myself, and you see, sometimes you have 2-3 battles fighting at the same time. You've been arrested, this is happening, this other thing is happening, so you're even exhausted with fighting. You don't even know which one to begin with. So, but at least I have set the record straight that is not the case. my mole is known. He disappeared. He's not been to the office anymore. Most of you know him. It is sad that had to happen, because you see, that mole would have risked our lives. He would have killed us all. He would have even poisoned us. So we are very lucky to be alive. But when it comes to this issue of being a project of so and so, a project of so and so, one of the things we need to understand is that most Kenyans don't believe that a young leader can rise on their own right. Most Kenyans actually don't believe that. Most believe that if a young leader is rising, then there is a big godfather somewhere behind supporting them. But in this particular case, yes, we've risen and will continue to rise. And I'm not rising alone. I'm rising with others. There are many people I'm coming up with me, and there are many people I'm also mentoring to fight this battle with me, because we need to feel leaders of integrity in every position, not just in the national government, in the presidency, but even in the governors, senators. We need them, MPs, 290 of them, or 400 of them. We need women reps, we need MCAs. We are actually bringing up and mentoring leaders of integrity. Chenye nazambia vijana wa Kenya ni mjiamini. Msipojiamini hakuna mtu atawaamini. And I really want to be grateful to what the millennials and the Gen Xers have done. Many people don't appreciate your sacrifice. Some people belittle it and say, our millennials, our Gen Xers, hawatusaidii. Kazi sasa ni Gen Z pekee wamefanya. But no, I don't think so. I believe you've done an extremely good job, and you've really picked it up and joined us and fought with us. And we'd like you to continue fighting with us, because every single Kenyan is tired of bad governance. Mr. Ayo, I take your sentiments very positively. And I don't want to dilute them by trying to argue my way out of it or to defend myself. I'll just take them positively and do what is needed to be done. Asante.